Pelicans win 110-99. Let's talk about it.
First took away. Yes, but this. Get your money's worth out.
Presented to you by the Birdsall Lawfirm, the official injury lawyers of Pro Pels Talk, located 918 Poydras Street by the Superdome. Give them a call at 504-523-5413 if you're someone you know has been involved in an accident. Birdsall Lawfirm, the official injury lawyers of Pro Pels Talk. Got Jared and Lito joining me tonight after a win. By the way, if you haven't checked out their show, make sure you do that. They did an incredible show on Jordan Hawkins, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. But Lito, let's start with your boy Jonas Valanciunas once again putting a double up tonight. 24 points, whatever it was, 12 rebounds. But just once again, Lito, he's another guy where, you know, one night he's getting 20 minutes and you forget about him. And why is he not in closing minutes? And why he's not playing the fourth quarter? It doesn't matter because he shows up every single night. It does not matter what previously happened. That dude he just wants to hoop.
Yo, yes, everything you said is correct. Everything you said is correct, brother Jermaine. But we gotta look beneath the surface. JV hates Sengun. He hates him. You can tell by the way he plays every time he plays against him. Like he plays with force. He plays with compassion. You know what I'm saying? Like, give him credit. Nah, man, but JV he a hooper, dog. Like he was hitting them. He was efficient. Well, he only had 50. He had 15 shots. He had 25 points. What's up, brother Chris?
What's up, man?
Man, it's all good.
What's good, Five?
What's poppin', dog?
What's going on, Justin?
But Lauren, what's poppin'?
Who's Justin?
Lex, what's up?
What's up,
Chris?
Justin?
Nah,
Jermaine.
Jermaine. JV, bro, he could listen. CJ said on his podcast a couple weeks ago that Jonas is a walking double if we ever give him the ball. But the last part of that sentence is the problem. It's a lot of forgive and forget basketball with that. But I'm gonna say this: I'm gonna give Willie Green credit. They found a mismatch and they exploited it, and they kept going back to it, and that's how you win a game. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I got to give him credit for following through with it. You know what I'm saying? Like not getting in the presser and saying, you know, we should have gave the ball back to JV. You actually did it. You won the game. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to you.
And Five, and welcome Chris Connor to the show. Five, that was going to be my next point. They made it a point. Oh, we're gonna get to that in a second. They made it a point. Hold up. Why is before I get to Five? Why is Lito drinking a 40 on the show tonight?
Cause man, people can't fucking vote. They was
wait,
wrong.
Hold on. Hey, Judge Five, excuse me.
Objection.
Chris, why is Lito drinking a 40 on the live tonight?
So we had a little wager on the show that we did a few days ago, where we drafted teams. We drafted all-time Pelicans teams, basically. Like, since the Pelicans didn't have an all-star starter, that's what we went ahead and did. And the loser had to drink a 40 from the start of the show to the end of the show. So now look, he's 6'5", about 275 pounds. It'll be light for him by the time this show is over. However, I give any of y'all in the chat, anytime Lito he start slipping, he not drinking a 40. He didn't, he babysitting. You know what I'm saying? You feel like he talking too much.
That's cool.
Just remind him remind him to do his job for the show. Doubt. He don't really he not here to provide any basketball analysis.
Hey, hold on. Wait, before y'all move on though, Five and Justin, can y'all tell me whose team you thought was better, bro? Like
Chris Connors, they weren't even close. It wasn't even close.
What you mean?
Yeah. You know what, Lito? Hey, Lala, can we get that graphic? Can you upload that so we can make it a talking point? I gotta get to Five's point. I gotta get to Five.
Had no shooters up. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Thank you,
brother Five.
Jared. So tonight, back to Lito's point. They made it. I feel like an emphasis to play through JV, and there was like an actual clear identity tonight to get him the basketball. Did you see that, or did you see something different?
No, I mean that's pretty apparent. This is the game of basketball in the NBA now, and probably has been for the last 20 years. Find a mismatch, exploit it until the other team forces you to do something else. Not just do it once when it works, maybe twice, but continuously to do it because you know that's where your advantage lies. In my 55-second segment today, I said playing through, Zion, we thought he was going to play and ended up not. But playing through Jonas, playing through your interior allows you to kind of slow the game down because you're an inside out team. No matter how much you don't want to admit that, that's who you really are. That's who you are, and you should play that way. Jonas isn't like, okay, he's not the greatest big man of this generation. No, but he creates an advantage for you because you don't have a guard to do so, right? You don't have a guard to get in the paint and kick out. You don't have that. And CJ's best attribute is actually off ball. And I thought, and we'll probably talk about Najee, but the reason why Najee had a really good game is because Najee can dribble the ball and allow CJ and Bri to be off ball. And you know who else fits that mold in the starting lineup? Herb fucking Jones. So this game is just a testament to everything we've talked about. More specifically, me and the things I talked about to say this team doesn't know who they should be. They need to be inside out. And JV was just great tonight. Yeah, I feel like he could be somewhat of a semblance of this any night. It just, are you going to be disciplined enough to do the little things that should get you a win?
Chris, do you want to talk about JV or do you want to talk about Dyson Daniels? Because I think hold up.
Christ.
And Chris, I'm not trying to be an ass. Do you want to go with Dyson? I'm not trying to be an ass. That's not a pause moment.
Okay.
You just didn't need to say it.
On the line?
Okay, I mean,
do you want to go Dyson? Do you want to go Dyson? Let's go Dyson.
Do you have a question for me, or is it?
Yeah, I do.
Go ahead.
One, what did you think of starting him tonight? And two, what did you think of his overall game? Because look, Chris, fucking Lito, if you look at the box score, 4 of 6 from the field, 2 rebounds, 9 points, +1. You would think he did his job. And personally, I thought he had some good moments tonight. I thought he had some bad moments, but I want to hear your thoughts. One of him being inserted in the starting lineup, and then two, his overall performance.
So, I mean, again, I get from a balance perspective, and losing Herb, exactly the thought process of behind doing it. But it wouldn't have been my selection. Like I would have been when anything regarding Brandon Ingram or Zion Williamson, I'm thinking about space. So, and then I'm missing Jonas. Jesus, Dyson Daniels. It's not close.
Gosh.
But I think he had a decent start to the game, man. But again, it's just I think now going into the second half of his second year, it's rough, man, because you see one possession in the first quarter where he attacks, lays the ball. I think he went left-handed, got up there off the glass, gets a goaltending call. It looks like he looked at the basketball this time. But there's other stretches where Dyson is 6'8", and he has Fred VanVleet going, he's running downhill, and Fred VanVleet is retreating, and he's not attacking him. Even if it's just getting towards the free throw line, whatever the case may be, he's not. His game isn't progressed there. Then you got a few stretches where he dribbles into falling down and turning over the basketball because he doesn't know what to do, whether he's over dribbling, whatever the case may be. He made a 3-pointer. I think he started off the first quarter with about 5 points. I mean, and look, he had some nice rebounds, some good defensive possessions. But when he was in the game offensively, it made life difficult for others. And
wait. I want you to elaborate a little bit on that. What do you mean by that? Made life difficult for others? Because I think you have a really good point about this.
Well, there's stretches where Houston just ignores them. They want to get the ball. They want to get the basketball over to Brandon by the elbow or by the baseline, and whether it was Dylan Brooks or whoever was responsible with guarding Dyson, they would just leave him to go and double Brandon and rotate. And what's more alarming now is that when you watch these games, you count. When you rewatch this game, you watch how many times CJ or Brandon looked off Dyson. Just because it's like me giving you the ball right now is doing us nothing. I trust myself making a play here than you. So when you're not a good shooter, you're not a good finisher, and you're not a good dribbler, I mean, it makes life difficult, for everybody. I mean, I think he had a solid game overall, but it was just it makes life a lot difficult for your best players when he's on the floor offensively. I don't know what you do to fix that. It's really up to him to find a way.
Oh, I know what you do.
To get through that. Well,
Lito, I feel like you just go ahead, man.
I know what you do. Hey, you listen. I understand they were short-handed tonight, so you had to play who you had. Like that, I have no gripes about rotations or anything like that. My gripe is just Dyson's overall development as a basketball player. I haven't seen it. I don't know what it is.
He's 20 years old, Lito. He's 20, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, so go do something else then. Like go. You can be 20 and do other things. How old do you have to be to drink in Australia? Like I don't know. Like you can.
I'm gonna look that up.
You can.
Go back to college. I mean, he can go to college.
Go learn a trade. UPS is always hiring.
I think y'all a little bit harsh though. I do think he's an NBA player. I think to say he's not an NBA player is a little bit of a stretch, but he has a long way to go to be an impactful one.
And I think that's the word that I would use. He doesn't impact winning. Hence why I would play Jose, Najee, and Jordan Hawkins over him. Like,
18,
I don't.
By the way,
And
sorry.
And that's the issue for me. He was drafted 8, and you see a guy like tonight looking at Cam Whitmore, drafted a year behind. Like he's leagues essentially over Dyson. Like, and there was a substitution late in the fourth. Willie Green went offense defense, right?
Yes.
And he inserted Dyson Daniels on the floor, and like he couldn't get a stop. Like he didn't get a stop. Like
it didn't matter who exact. Go ahead.
There's no need for him to be out there if he can't. And I'm not saying like every time Dyson's on the court, like there has to be a stop had. But in the critical moments, right? If you do an offense defensive substitution, you expect the guy that is supposed to be at least decent on defense to get the stop, and it doesn't happen. So it almost makes me feel like, well, what's the point? Just go and allow the younger guy, allow the other guys to, because those are precious moments, regardless of how you guys want to look at it. Late game situations, that would have been a really good learning experience for Jordan Hawkins. It would be a really good learning experience for Najee Marshall, although he's probably been here even though a little longer. But I'd rather even invest that time in him. There's no need to invest that time in Dyson right now. If you're looking to move him, you started him, and you had to go to Najee Marshall to dribble the basketball up because Dyson can't do it.
But Jared, hold up, Leo, before I get to you in a second, because I think about when I want Dyson to succeed. It's not like I don't want this dude to fail. Like he's still 20. Like obviously you picked him 8th overall. You have some type of investment in him. But Jared, you and Lito have both been saying this since summer league that he has to work on his handle. And I have not seen any improvement on his handle. You, Jared, and Lito have also been saying he's not really a point guard. He's more of a wing. And tonight, and Jared, the first possession of the game, they put the ball in his hands. The fucking in the fourth quarter against the Celtics, the ball is like, he can't initiate your offense. Like he just isn't there yet. That's okay, but you are putting him in a situation to fail.
My only observation for Dyson is he needs confidence. That's the only real thing.
So how do you get him confidence then?
I would have shipped him to the G League a long time ago and had somebody really. That's the only thing you should work on, because dribbling is about confidence. He doesn't have that in his shot. He doesn't have that in his dribble. Anything offensively, he doesn't have it, and that's the issue. So how do you gain that? And apparently this version of it isn't working. It's too volatile. It's up and down for Dyson. So I would put him in a situation where there's still some fight that he has to do, because playing against the guys in the G League, they're still competitive. They still gonna try to lock you up, but that's kind of where you get your game out of. Like, right, you gotta go against somebody to learn how to dribble better and get your confidence.
Yeah, I think those are things that, again, when we talk about, again, me, you and Five were there watching in summer league. Like we saw
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm about to say, like, off rip, we saw it. Like, I think we were in a text message first quarter, and we
First
said,
3
right?
minutes. First 3
Yeah.
minutes, he was giving it to Seaburn. We're like, yep, this is it. Here we go.
This motherfucker can't dribble. Like
Yeah.
that's the main component of playing basketball, bro. You gotta dribble. And listen, we say he's a wing. I'm not so sure he's not a four. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure he's not a four because his game just does not. What you mean, dog?
I gotta stop putting up because he stops his thought and just reads the comment.
Nah, all right, yeah. So I was just about to say, like, I would have been interested to see like what Malcolm Hill had to offer. Like
that's crazy. That's crazy. Now you being you don't even know who the fuck Malcolm Hill is. You haven't watched.
I know who Dyson is.
You haven't watched a minute of Malcolm Hill.
I watched too many minutes of Dyson.
What does Malcolm Hill do well, Lito?
What does Dyson do well?
No.
Okay.
What does Malcolm Hill do well?
I seen Malcolm Hill put up buckets in the G League. Dyson couldn't go in the G League and put up buckets. Dyson, I'm just saying.
You watched the G League game?
Dyson couldn't go in the G League and put up buckets.
Bro, look. We overcomplicated. The motherfucker can't dribble. Okay, that's cool. He can't dribble.
That's not cool.
And he doesn't. Well, no, cool. Bro. Listen, he's 6'8". He could be a small forward. He could be a 3-and-D guy. It won't happen in New Orleans, but that's probably his path. Being a 3-and-D, because y'all talking about dribbling in regards to the skill. It don't matter if he can dribble if his mentality ain't there. I'm watching the dudes that mental isn't right. It's not about the skill ability. Like that's the thing that can, that I disagree when we talk about Dyson. Even if he could dribble and he had a dribble package, it's not gonna matter because mentally, like Lonzo Ball was way more advanced as a dribbler than Dyson Daniels. Yeah. But he didn't have the confidence to consistently go to the rim. He didn't have the confidence to, shoot floaters until, things advanced. Even at his best, that wasn't a part of his game. So I think with Dyson, we, eventually his second team, or even if he somehow ends up being with the Warriors down the line, he's gonna have to change the way that, that we look at him. He's not a guard. He has to be more of a connector or simply a 3-and-D dude, a dude you stick in a corner. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to have to improve his jumper, that's a little crazy, improve his three, and be a hell of a defender. And if he does that, then maybe we look at him a little bit differently.
109 people in there. Make sure you smash that like button. 5. Speaking of mental, I thought tonight there was an interesting stretch there in the first quarter. And we're going to talk this regards to Trey Murphy. So I'd like to hear y'all's thoughts. Trey Murphy started off 0 for 2. His second shot literally missed the entire goal. His third shot, though, in transition, feet set, left wing, swishes it. So to me, that he's shooting that shot in transition, to me, it's not a mental thing. His mental's good. To me, I think it really might be his legs and like getting back into the swing of things, if that makes sense. Because if I thought it was a mental thing, he would have pump faked, hesitated, something. He let it go. But then we're still having these 40-foot bombs. And when you're struggling, I don't think you should be, you should be towing the line and or attacking, getting to the rim. What did you see from Trey tonight? Because there are a lot of mixed reviews. He finishes 5 of 12 from the field, 3 of 10 from deep, 6 rebounds.
I love the attempts. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like the 10 attempts, right? Like just looking at it on paper, I like the 10 attempts. Now, if you look at it subjectively, right, like watching the game, that's where we have the issue. There are just too many ill-advised bombs, right? Yes. It's not like you get an easy one and then the 40-foot one is in transition off of swing or dribble drives. Like it's not that. It's I'm pulling this. Like no, you don't have to. There's like a better option. It's almost like Trey's 40-foot bomb is becoming BI's mid-range in transition. Like that's kind of what I'm equivalating it to. Like he's forcing it when you don't. That there's a better option at this juncture in time. You don't need it right there. Like you don't. And I know Trey has a little bit of a set shot, but he has such of an arc on the shot, so I don't see people really blocking it per se. I don't know why he wants to take that jumper so much. I actually do. We talked about this before. It's really like a product of his environment. It's like Like kids being in the hood and the only option they got is like selling drugs to get out. Like what else they got? Like I'm not gonna get the ball, so I gotta do this right now because that's the only way I'm gonna get a 3-up.
Interesting. Lito?
He said interesting.
I thought there could have been a better comparison, but
that's
that one kind of like I was like, all right, kids, drugs, get out of the hood. Like, all right,
either you sell, either you got a wicked jump shot,
go to the league.
Either you got a wicked jump shot, or you selling crack rock, Justin. Like,
I thought you were Jermaine.
I'm about to say it's the third time. Lito, you smash the like button. Go ahead, Lito.
All right.
I got Jermaine back because wait, hold up. I got Jermaine back because I watched Friday. Like that was the deal.
That's
Justin, you supposed to watch all 3 of them, Justin.
Nah, fuck that, dude. Now you're moving goal. Go ahead. That's crazy, man.
I'm with 5. I don't like the 40-foot jumpers. I feel like they're unnecessary.
But you like 40s.
I don't like 40s. This is bullshit. This shit is trash. This shit is garbage on my life. This shit is Dyson Daniels dribbling. Listen,
God.
I feel like
Can you drink it?
Cause bro, they say I lost the bet. I don't know. I still feel like
by the end of the show too. By the end of the show.
What I was about to say. Oh, so the 40-foot jump, bro, they're unnecessary. You 6'10", you can shoot over people like 5 was saying. You taking your you're losing your advantage the further back you go. And it's not the percentages say it's not a great shot unless you Steph. And while all accounts, you know what I'm saying, like he's not Stephing. That's no discus. Nobody's Steph. Nobody can shoot that shot like that. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to stay focused. I swear to God.
I missed.
I was trying to stay focused. I swear to God.
Appreciate it, bro.
Appreciate it, Brennan.
Thank you, Brennan. Appreciate you, dog. 40s for you. Hey, look, Trey had a couple middies tonight that he could have took. He had a couple shots that he had a couple twos he could have took. I don't want him to be allergic to those shots because he ended up passing it to Larry, who shot a 3. And not,
so just to rebuttal of this though, Lito, but you're upset when Brandon takes the mid range.
No, I'm not upset when Brandon takes mid range shots. I'm upset when Brandon takes long twos. When he takes the 1 foot, the 1 foot inside of the Dang, chill. I'm gonna just leave it at long twos, right? I don't like that shot. I think. Listen, if we talking about Brandon could have a Hall of Fame career if he just literally stays mid post, 1-2 dribble, turnover, shoulder, and shoot. You don't have to do nothing else. Like all of the dribble, get into my shot, tough shot shit. You don't got to do that. You don't have to do that because he also has the advantage because he's normally taller than whoever he's guarding. I mean, whoever's guarding him. Like he can literally just turn over and shoot. Like that Memphis game earlier in the season. That was my blueprint Brandon Ingram game. He was perfect.
Opening night you're talking about?
Nah, it was if I remember that game. You know the game I'm talking about?
Yeah. What he had like? Yeah, I think
was that when Ja returned? When Ja returned?
No,
because they've played Memphis 3 times, twice at home, once on the road.
I think it's a triple double game, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. But anyways, it was 1-2 dribbles. It was the point I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
Chris, back to Trey Murphy. What are you seeing from Trey? Are you worried? Let me ask you that. Are you worried?
No, because he doesn't look to Five's talked about it a lot. He's not back to himself yet. And I think one of the things that has to be brought into perspective is that he was working on things in the offseason, and he was almost there, right? He was working on things in the offseason specifically for this point, and then he got hurt. Yeah, and then he got hurt. So now, like, you're going from a situation where you're trying to show the improvements in your game, forget what you already got, to being hurt, missing a portion of the season, and now just having to prove that you can be back to yourself again. Like it takes you off of the progression, pedal that you are. It takes you off of the what he was headed to. So I think you probably, with Trey, if you see it this year, he probably won't get back to where some of the hype was at. I mean, I don't think until later on in the year, man. We might be talking about until March again. To be honest, but I'm not worried, man. I think with him, he made he had 6 rebounds tonight. Like, he didn't seem like he was forcing things as much. He had a couple bad shots, 5 alluded to before, a couple bad threes that he probably shouldn't have taken. But I think the Boston game was important for him a little bit. He's starting to figure out, all right, well, I think AD alluded to it. When I shoot these threes, my goal now is just to make sure it's not going left or right. Just making sure it's on line. You know what I mean? If it's short or if it's too strong, cool. Anything left or right, maybe not so much. So Trey would be fine. And he was a weapon tonight in some stretches, and he hit, maybe the biggest 3 of the night to get the lead back up to over 10 when Houston was trying to come back again. So
and candid for you, absolutely. You forget about that Trey. Like, it was like a 7-8 point game. They're kind of coming back. Trey Murphy hits a huge three in the left corner. Jarrett, this is a really interesting question from Yazar. You guys think Trey's frustrated in his role on this team? I feel like he wants to be more than just a bench shooter.
What you think? And to be honest, like, not you, Justin, but like Yazar
as a collective or
Yazar? Just like, of course he's frustrated. Like, and if you're the Pelicans organization, you kind of should be frustrated too, because you might be on the hook for paying a guy $150 million, right? Close to that. And my thing is, if you're looking at it from a business standpoint, your best opportunity is to get the most out of him now, right? Because the return on investment is a little higher, right? It's way higher than, like, all right, Trey's going to get $150 million next year, so he's going to have to produce even more next year. So you might want to start getting that return now rather than later. And I don't think this team thinks about it from a standpoint of that. Like, all right, what are you actually growing here? What are you nurturing here? What's the identity of this team going to look like in the next 3 to 4 months? That's wild. And if you have a guy, in my assessment, I'm looking at Trey to be Klay Thompson-esque, right? Like, that's my vision for him. If you're gonna put him next to Zion, those minutes need to mimic Zion's. The space will be there, and those guys need to build some kind of chemistry, because moving forward, that's the best version of Zion you're gonna get is when he's next to guys that can shoot like Trey.
That's really good point. So make sure you smash that like button, Lito. You come back. The question was from Yazar. You guys think Trey's frustrating his role on this team? We'll go Lito. Then I want to hear Chris's thoughts on this as well. Go ahead, Lito.
Do I think he's frustrated with his role? Yeah. I think he has high expectations for himself, as we all do. And I honestly, I think he's more frustrated with a situation of what happened to him this summer, because he was on a path. He was on a path to
fucking Chung.
Having a really good season. Who knows the heights his season would have went to if it wasn't derailed by injury. I think that is the frustrating part for him. I think, Chris has alluded to it many times. There's an unspoken static between him and Willie Green. I don't know what it is. Nobody knows what it is. But I do think, as a young player who is cerebral, who has a lot to his game, I think it could be frustrating in the situation that he's in, because he wants more for himself. And I think he wants more from, that holistic spiel Griff be giving. I think that's Trey. Like, he kind of reminds you of that, because he's got a lot of those qualities that you would want in a in a high draft pick, and he has the personality to be a face of somebody's franchise. I'm not saying he has the game for it yet, but he has the charisma. He can sell himself. He can sell the team. Like the fan that we went to when he was holding court and he was speaking to the crowd.
Are you talking about the before
Open practice.
open practice.
The open practice, yeah. Like he did that so well. And then you see him, I think he has an event in Houston for All-Star weekend or something like that.
Now he had an event yesterday in Houston.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Bro, like he's really got it all. So if he can put his game together to match how bright his personality shines, yeah, like I think you know what I'm saying, you then yeah, I can see him being frustrated in his particular role. But right now, I think the frustration is just more the injury.
Yeah. Chris, go ahead.
Sure. I mean, I don't know if I partially agree with Lito about the injury playing a role in that. And I also think that, I mean, he maybe looks and says, there's probably better ways that I can be utilized as due to his skill set. We've talked enough about the creativity, or lack of creativity sometimes in the offense. And then there's the element of, maybe it's just too many players involved at once, man. I mean, if Trey's upset with his role, he ain't the only one. How you think Jonas feels? Jonas got a chance to score 24 tonight. Wait, how many shots he take? 15. We'd be lucky if Jonas take 15 shots in 2 games. So he can't be the only one. Najee played 31 minutes. 10. I mean, some that are lesser talented than Trey, maybe some that are a little bit more, I'm sure have their moments, whether it's for the betterment or not. But unfortunately, when you're trying to win something, or you're trying to be a part of a winning team in this stretch, and you get hurt, like sacrifice takes on a whole different meaning. So I think for Trey, right now, even regardless of how he's being used as a role, man, it's just the minutes, man. As long as he's getting he's out of his Jordan Hawkins training. He's out of that part of the system of the Willie Green system. Now we know he's getting 20, 25 minutes, a game with 25 at least. He can get those reps in, and now it's about getting back to at least where he was at before last year. If you can see that again, then we can start talking about what elevates him beyond. I mean, the role and and all of that. I think that eventually will take care of itself. Certain guys we talking about right now that's it's higher than him, they ain't gonna be on the team after Trey signs his deal eventually.
Chris, do you think people are kind of like overreacting a little bit? I know, y'all got thoughts. I just want Chris to answer that question. You think people are overreacting a little bit to his struggles? Or
because they forgetting about the injury. Yeah, they forgetting about the injury and exactly when it happened. That's a big part of it.
Yeah. 5 in Lito.
My only, there was somebody that said that Trey Murphy if Trey Murphy gets anything over 90 million, like it's a crime.
Yeah.
Let me throw some names out there to you. Devin Vassell, Jaden McDaniels, also on the lower end, Cam Johnson, which is a little older player than Trey. Devin Vassell has 146 million, which he just signed for 5 years. Jaden McDaniels also signed 136 million. So if you're Trey Murphy, which you look at these guys, I think Trey's probably the best athlete out of the 3. Probably has the bigger upside out of the 3. Also, him and Vassell probably shoot what at this current juncture, but you think Trey could be, with the charisma, his ability to jump, if you put him in the right system, like he could be a very, very valuable key. If you look at any other stars out there, is it Vassell? Oh, sorry. If you look at any,
you're
listen. Okay. Well, if there's any other star out there that gets a big contract, usually they're attached to somebody else. So you kind of want to see him attached to Zion. Oh God.
He about to get active in the chat. No,
that's kind of what you want to see from a guy like Trey. Like, that time is coming, and like he's probably gonna get paid. I don't know what the Pelicans are gonna do, but they need to make a decision soon.
As Shaz says, potential. Man, I gotta put it down. Oh, you want to go first?
Yeah. I wanted to comment on something the Do-Rag Bandit said. I wanted to ask y'all, what does because he said basically elevate his game, and I wanted to ask y'all, like, in your opinion, what do you think Trey has to do to elevate his game?
Justin,
Who are you asking? You want me to go first?
I'm asking
To
all y'all.
elevate. Yeah, I think he's got to add that. But whoever said five or Chris talking about his off-season workouts like around the world, and you could tell that he was working on that. That in between game we talk about where it's a pump fake, you know, you get in a long closeout pump fake, taking guys off the dribble. That's what I want to see more of, because I still think Trey leaves a lot on the table with his free throw shooting, because he's so athletic. He can get to the rim. He can take the contact. I don't see him doing it enough, and I wish he would attack the rim more, because he's such an elite free throw shooter. Because when you have nights when you're struggling from deep, that's how you can get your rhythm. Like we all know that. Like, right, if you're struggling with your shot, get to the rim, get to the line. I like to see him work in then out to start games, if that makes sense. You don't need to be bombing 30 footers. Like I want to see him working in, attacking the rim, and then expanding his game out. That would just be me. But I'm not really worried about him.
I know Buddy got some bad hips because he cannot go left or right, which is crazy because his ability to be athletic in the air is wild. So that just lets me know, like if you can just somehow find a guy that can, oh my God.
Man, no, but 5 though. That was one of the things he was working on in the offseason. Getting more hip flexibility.
Like that's super important for a guy that wants to do with Trey. I mean, pause. Oh God, this is going crazy. Like, yo, dude, 6'10", can jump out the gym, and he's only what 22, 21, somewhere in there. Like,
Trey.
Yo, what we talking about? Like, I think the Pelicans better pay him, because if they don't, as my partner PJ is saying, somebody else will.
Right.
You got to play defense on yourself at least some kind of time if you're an organization.
23. He's 23 years old. 5. Lito, let's talk Brandon. I thought tonight he can make some difficult shots. But once again, I thought there were some lineups out there tonight where I'm like, you're just doing this dude a disservice. I mean, they were triple teaming him, not really caring about the others. But I thought tonight, he had a couple turnovers, which I didn't really like, but I thought he was trying to make the right play. What'd you see from him?
I can tell you what I didn't like first. I didn't like the turnovers.
Yeah, he forced a couple. Like he tried to make some no-look passes, like over the head, and they just get deflected. But like he was trying to make the right play. It's just
yeah. I just didn't like it. Yeah, that's cool. However you categorize it, like I just didn't like it. I feel like he was. I feel like he played good tonight, though. Like I think he was good. I mean, he was. Most importantly for me, he had 10 rebounds. Like to me, that shows me your level of engagement in the game. How you attack the glass, because that's not a glamour. You know what I'm saying? That's not a glamour part of the game, but you really gotta, get to it. He shot three threes. My eyes always little dog. I'm they slanted. I can't. But he shot 3 threes. And that's been the game plan. That's what Willie's been talking about for Brandon. I think actually he wanted him to shoot, is it 4 or 5? I forgot. I can't remember the number Willie said. But either way, he shot 3 of them.
And one of them was a 2-for-1, which I kind of liked.
Yeah,
he just stepped right into it on the left wing. Like I like the shot.
It's smart. It was smart basketball. I think the other thing too. You said he makes tough shots, and he does, bro. He really does. But I don't like it. I don't like it, and a lot of it is not his fault because of the lineups that were on the floor with him. He had nowhere to go. Like Chris was talking about it in the text when it was the Dyson Brandon pick and roll, and nobody went with Dyson, dog. Nobody went with Dyson. So,
you want to go ahead or Chris?
I mean, you talking about the turnovers, man. Listen, it seemed like every time the Pelicans tried to pass the ball, the Rockets just getting deflection after deflection, steal after steal. Like it didn't matter who was throwing the ball or who passing the ball. They're a really good defensive team. And again, in my 55 seconds is saying, like, they trying to speed you up. They trying to get out and run because they don't want to play half court offense. As you can see tonight, they weren't trying to. They were just trying to run and shoot and try to get layups. But I thought Brandon played with like tact. You know, that old person word, like
that.
yeah, like, hey, all right, I know what we're trying to do. This is what we need to do. Even he had the wherewithal at times to give JB the ball. You understand, like, hey, that's what we need to play through. JB got it going. Let's get him to rock. And I think like having Brandon do something like that allows everybody else to know, hey, this is what the fuck we're doing. Don't do nothing else until he touched the ball.
You know what you just explained? Being a fucking leader. That's exactly what you just explained. Being a leader, playing how you want the teammates and coaching staff want you to play. And I thought tonight, I thought he was great.
That's how many shots he says he wants on the team.
Man, I got some bad news. Unfortunately, I gotta share this, but just if he ain't getting in tonight, he ain't getting in the rest of the year.
Yo, you don't listen.
How you can't find?
Just don't listen.
How can you not find a fucking second for Matt Ryan?
Justin.
A second?
You just
no.
We just had a show where I was playing a judge. We had a prosecutor and we had a defense attorney trying to explain why Jordan Hawkins, you know, the first round pick of the Pelicans, couldn't get minutes. We just had a show, and you mean to tell me you can't fathom the thought that the two-way guy
say it again, Five. Say it again.
Fathom the thought that the two-way guy isn't getting minutes. Like, that's why we're Paul, and my name ain't even Paul.
Oh, man.
I'm upset. I'm upset.
Who you like Drake?
Who you playing him over? Who you playing him over, Justin?
Take a look at the box score here real quick.
Let's talk about it. Who you playing them over, Justin?
You know what? This is a good time. Hold up. As I look at the box score, let's hear from DraftKings. Smash that like button. Minute commercial. Then we're going to answer this question. Looking for a super offer for Super Bowl 58? DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered. New customers can bet on the big game and turn $5 into $200 instantly in bonus bets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code BOOT. New customers can bet $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 58 with code BOOT. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 or older in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details and state-specific responsible gambling resources. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball terms. So presented by Company Burger, located 4600 Front Street. Dyson Daniels, 24 minutes. You could probably take a couple from him. Najee Marshall played very well tonight, 31 minutes. I would have taken a couple from him. Jose got 14 minutes, played well. I liked his minutes. Jordan Hawkins, 23. I think he could have gotten 7 to 8 minutes tonight off of Dyson Daniels and Najee Marshall minutes. And Trey Murphy minutes. No.
Just
he could have gotten 7, because CJ didn't have to play 36. CJ could play 32. He could have played 11 minutes tonight.
Do you think 7 minutes is enough to
yes, I do.
him to
I'm
make an
explain
impact?
why. I'm gonna explain why. Because in those 7 minutes, if he plays 7 minutes, he's only getting in once. He can catch fire. And if he catches fire, you have now a different weapon coming off the bench. Yes, I know he probably couldn't guard me. I don't care about defense in quarters 1 through 3. I care about defense at 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We're playing in 2024 now. You got to be able to put your best. Sam Hauser's playing major minutes for the Boston Celtics. Sam Hauser. I like him. He's a decent defender.
Matt Ryan. Are you comparing Matt
I'm
Ryan
just
to Sam
saying.
Hauser?
I'm just saying Matt Ryan's a good enough shooter like Sam Hauser. That's what. Yeah, he is, because one's shooting 47% and one's shooting 39.8%.
How many
Okay, you want to do attempts? Sure, let's do it.
How many attempts, Justin?
I might need to go
Justin, it's the Boston Celtics, bro. Like you comparing the Pelicans to the Celtics as if like they're equal.
Y'all are just crushing my soul. Matt Ryan shoots 5 a night.
Well, how many total attempts, Justin?
Oh shit! Come on, man.
He's shooting 40. He played like 13 games, bro.
So now you're gonna be disrespectful to Matt Ryan. So we got you and Rob.
Who the fuck is Matt? Bro, who is Matt Matt Ryan yet. What is he, bro? His claim to fame. Matt Ryan's claim to fame
Is the season derailing
is the
loss.
season derailing loss from last year.
Sam Hauser shoots 5.4. 5.7 Matt Ryan, 5.4 Sam Hauser. Matt Ryan shooting at 47. Sam Hauser shooting at 41.
Yeah. Again, Justin, these games aren't math problems, right?
Oh.
I mean, these games aren't just played on paper. You had
Corey,
a guy.
he lit us up in the fourth quarter. Go check him out. Plays the Celtics. He fucking dropped like 15 in the fourth on the Pelicans the other night. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just saying, bro. Like you know that's not how this kind of works, right? You know that the only reason he got minutes to begin with is because of injury. Like we shouldn't have saw Matt Ryan. We shouldn't have. The only reason Matt Ryan got signed is because of injury, right? Like we're not making this up. But I'm not, and I agree, like to a point where he should play at times. This could have been a matchup where he would play, but the team is so sporadic at points, right? Where you had guys like Jordan Hawkins that had DNPs. You had Najee probably claiming for minutes. You had, Dyson probably clamoring for minutes. Like, you got to let these guys run at least a little bit. And I thought the fact that Najee had an opportunity where he was going to play, that's why you saw a good game out of him.
That's fair. Leo, do you want to add anything to this? I know you're not going to back me up because you literally never back me up, but do you want to add anything to the Matt Ryan situation? You never have my back, right?
I feel like you know what you have, Justin. You know what you have.
A big heart. What?
You have hope. You have hope.
I'm sick in the head, man.
You're hopeful.
Sick.
And I feel like we've been trying to prepare you for months now when Matt returns that Matt is never gonna see the court again, my brother. The dream is dead. It is dead. You gotta let it go.
When I tell you that me and Jared couldn't keep our eyes off, pause. When I
hey, don't put me.
Look how he drug you in. That's crazy. Yo. Hey, you know what, Justin? If you'd have watched Friday After Next, this would have never happened.
All right. So
Jared, that workout that Matt Ryan had was incredible. It was one of the greatest workouts I've ever seen in my life. It's incredible.
It was a pretty incredible workout. Shooting display from Matt Ryan. This is before he even played a minute in the Pelicans jersey. Matter of fact, I don't even think he probably had just had Pelicans issued team gear. He didn't even have a jersey yet.
Hey,
he wasn't even. Was he signed, Jared, or no? Yeah, he was.
He was signed because he talked after.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, watch this. Watch this, Chris. Hey, Justin, guess what though? Shit don't even matter.
Man.
Why? What did I miss?
Because he's never gonna play again. Like it's just over. Like.
I'm so
hit the
upset,
like button, man. Hit the like button.
Yeah, hey, smash the like button. I'm kind of upset.
I'm upset
again.
Yeah, I'm double upset.
Matt Ryan got in the chat.
Is it because he's white?
Matt, if you're watching, Matt Ryan, we'd love to have you on the show. Or I mean, if these guys don't want to join, I'll join.
No!
This is going beyond. This is beyond basketball. This is beyond. What happened to that workout, man?
I'm having a tough night.
No, don't put me in it, dog. No.
What happened to that workout, man? Like, what's going on?
Yo.
No.
Fuck, man. It's been a tough one. I'm gonna have to review this one tonight. Yeah, look at it, film review it. Anything else y'all got?
Hold on, man. Y'all gotta talk
about fan comments. Hey, make sure to smash the like button. We'll do the comments. If there are any questions, let's see what we got. Appreciate all the super. Oh, here we go. Let's start off with Chris from Trey Alexander. Appreciate you, subscriber of the channel. Trey, appreciate you. Question for Pro Pels Talk trade segment of the show. You get one deadline move to maximize the Pels' chances this year. Can't cop out and say new coach. What is your trade?
How does a cop out though? Wait, how does a cop out though?
Lito, this is not your question.
I know, but I'm just saying. I'm saying in general for freedom of speech. How's that a cop out?
I don't know.
Shout out to Trey, man.
Shout out to Trey.
Let's see. So the Nets said Mikal Bridges is off the table, right?
Do you believe it?
I don't believe anybody's off the table. I mean, I don't believe Mikal Bridges is in that category of players that is untouchable when it comes to trades. But I'm gonna take their words as for right now. I mean, so who, man, I can't think of nobody, bro. Like maximize.
Can't think of anybody.
No. Let me see. I've said Carl Anthony Towns already.
How do you go get Bridges?
You have to so that will be my pick. So let's say that it will be Mikal Bridges. You would have to trade all of your draft capital. I mean, you talking 3 to 4 first round picks more than likely.
The whole thing. You probably got to get rid of Herb and or Trey.
You probably have to get rid of Trey.
Five, you're shaking your head there.
Do you have to give up Trey?
No, I'm
so.
like,
I think so. They're gonna want some kind of young talent. I would say there.
You're trading him for BI, I assume, right?
Huh?
You're trading him. You're sending out BI in a deal. I'm assuming.
But no, I mean, okay, you could, but I don't know. Yeah, you could trade Brandon instead. Fine, no, that works. Even if you trade Brandon and maybe a couple of picks, sure. But if I was Brooklyn, I would rather the picks and the younger talent, the younger modern talent.
Do you think the Lakers pick is starting to gain more value? Do you believe in that?
I mean,
after LeBron stuff. Sorry, go ahead, Five.
No, it's like currency, right? The value of that pick it fluctuates, right? Like it goes up and down, and I think Brooklyn. It seems like Brooklyn doesn't operate like a small market when they should, right? They operate as if like they're a large market, and they're not.
I agree.
And I think that kind of works into the Pelicans' favor. Like maybe they see Brandon as like, hey, we can still put seats people in the seats with this guy, like. Maybe he just wasn't used correctly, or I mean, I think to maximize this team, I think you kind of need to regress a little bit, to be honest. Like, I think there needs to be like a step back and say, because you're not winning a championship this year. You're just not. And that's just my opinion. So I think you do need to take a step back and reassess where you lie in the scheme of the NBA spectrum. Like you need to figure out what you want to be, how you want to be it, and find out those traits that we can't say coach. Like find a coach that wants to play the style of basketball that's conducive to winning. That's
Five. He said this year. He said if you had to, he said you get one deadline move.
He did say this year.
Oh, my fault. This year. Yeah, it'd probably be Brooklyn, or I think the Cat one is really interesting.
I still think Larry's on. Wow.
Here, Chris. Son of a bitch.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
Nope. Nah. I think Larry would, but that also just, I don't know how you get him, to be honest. I don't know how you make that work. They're winning at this point, so I don't know.
Okay. Lito.
That's it. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. Not that question?
What question?
I thought you was asking me the question that Five and Chris.
No, you got your own. Do you have to burp or no?
No, I'm from Uptown, Rachel. I don't burp. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like nah, Rachel. I'm sorry.
All right.
No.
Lito, Dyson Daniels or Derek Carr?
Whew.
Just in general?
As an overall person?
I'm never gonna root for Derek Carr. So like I'm gonna take Dyson all day.
That's insane. That's insane.
I'm never gonna root for Derek Carr, bro. I'm sorry. Derek Carr's about to make me lose everything, Chris. I'm about to lose Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara,
Michael's gone. Wait, hold up. Michael Thomas, he's gone.
I'm saying I'm about to lose everything.
He's definitely out. Is that all you want to say about that, or
I mean, I could say a lot. Like how much time I got?
you want to save it for 5 minutes with Lito at the end?
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, cool. 5. What were your thoughts on Jose tonight? I actually thought he played. I thought he played an important role. He had a couple big threes, 7 points plus 7 off the bench. AD had mentioned on the broadcast talking about how they had a conversation about you gotta stay ready. Guys like Jonas, Jose, Najee, they always stay ready. What'd you see from Jose?
Again, like this has been my assessment from the beginning. Like I would play more minutes for Jose than Dyson. Like I really don't see the impact from Dyson. So I'd rather play Jose than him because I've seen games. Again, I can count on my hands how many times Jose has changed a basketball game. And we've all seen it. I'm not saying like every matchup is for Jose to benefit, but I think that guy is an NBA player. No matter, I know we kind of can have that argument back and forth, but I think he can play basketball, and I think there is a skill set for him on this team. It may not be every night, but I see this guy as an NBA player. I thought he was pretty effective tonight. This would be one of those teams that because they have a guy in Fred VanVleet is almost similar height to him, so he doesn't really lose on that end. And I think he can guard a guy in Jalen Green that really just wants to shoot a lot, and he'll try to get to the rack. So I think that kind of feeds into his hands. So I don't know. There's some trickiness to it, but I like Jose. I think he can really hoop.
Justin,
Yeah.
I thought of somebody.
Oh, you did.
How about LaMelo Ball?
Wow. Whoa. I didn't even think of that name. I
How about LaMelo?
don't. All right, look, I'll admit something here. I don't watch him play a lot, but when I watched him play against the Pelicans, I couldn't stand his game. If that's the way he always plays, I don't know. I don't want him.
But that's the environment, though.
I know he's young, but like I don't think he gets you to the next level. I don't. Like,
I mean, I'm looking at
I think a guy like and Chaz has pointed this a bunch of times. Like, I think Colin Sexton's a good player. I like him a lot. I like Jay Knight. We've been talking about Jay 5. Me and you've been talking about Jay Knivey for 2 years now since he was at Purdue. Shit, maybe his senior year at Purdue. 3 years.
You think those guys are better players than LaMelo Ball?
No.
I mean, but I don't like LaMelo's. But can I say this? I don't like his fit with this team.
What's his fit?
Well, to me, he looked pretty ball dominant. To me, when I just watched, once again, when I watched him, and I know he's playing with the Hornets, he's very ball dominant. Lonzo, to me, is completely different than LaMelo. But I could be wrong. Maybe I haven't watched enough LaMelo film. Am I missing something, Jared?
Better player.
He can pass the shit out of the ball. I think he has Tyrese Halliburton as skills, right? Like
really?
Oh yeah,
I agree.
I agree. Oh, for sure. He got a clip.
Right.
He can get to the rack. He can pass. But
35% of the year, 43% from the field.
I'm not. Yeah, you're judging. If that's the case, then other teams should judge Brandon Ingram for being in New Orleans. Like if that's how you feel about it, like no, I'm not gonna look at his numbers, but I watch him play enough to be like, okay, this guy can play. Now it may get a little wacky at times, but there at one point when they were decent, he had he was. As a matter of fact, he got an All-Star appearance, right?
LaMelo, yeah, I think he does.
Yeah, so it's not.
Say 5. I'm sorry.
I mean, I only said that because I don't think there's a real move to maximize.
What about Murray? What about DeJounte? Does DeJounte do anything for this team? Because I've been seeing a lot. Like I see it in the chat. Whoever wants to answer,
Wait. I want. Let me say this. I'm with 5. So look. I think when we talking about, I want to get to the DeJounte point. I'm gonna let somebody else answer, but like the LaMelo point, I think LaMelo just needs guidance in his game. But you know the thing that scares me about it, I don't think we could give him that.
Yeah. True.
Is it guidance, or he needs to be in a situation where he's with a team that's above 500 that actually has a chance to compete for something.
Yeah, I mean that's another thing, Chris. Like you make a good point. Like he's been in such a bad situation, in Charlotte. Like I don't know. It was definitely an interesting name. I didn't think about it. Do you think he's even available?
He should be.
And then if so, then okay, let me ask you this. If DeJounte, I think Murray's kind of cheap right now. Like with LaMelo, what would it take to get LaMelo?
I mean, again,
Because you're talking about the franchise player.
I mean,
you're
I
talking about
wouldn't
the
care.
face of the franchise.
They rebuild.
I wouldn't care.
He's the face of the franchise.
Yeah, I would package out more to get LaMelo than getting DeJounte at a cheaper rate. That's my opinion on the ceiling. What I think LaMelo Ball is as a point guard. And I think that like just what him and Zion could look like, especially like if you're talking about long term, maybe 25, 26 years old, as he matures, as Zion matures, like to me, that's what I'm looking at.
Does his injury history worry you at all?
No, it's the world that everybody gets hurt.
Played 36 games last year.
Matt Ryan got here.
No need to bring Matt Ryan into this. Okay, I'm tired of the disrespect this man's getting. He's done nothing for us. He's only helped our team, our show. We actually, it's funny. He agreed to come on the show, but then got hurt. So we're trying to get that.
Hey, Justin, hold up. Chris, watch this.
What is in your hand?
Hey, Justin, don't worry about what's in my hand. Don't worry about what's in my cup because my shit empty. Hey, Chris, watch this. Justin, since you feel that way, take it to court.
You want to debate about? Do I get to go against Ross? I'll go to court. I'll go to court on Matt Ryan. I will present facts, not emotion. I'm ready. I can do it. Because you can't tell me with a straight face that Matt Ryan does not deserve fucking playing time. There's no way. Look, you don't just bench 47%. You don't. It's in, bro. Max, you know what?
Look, Justin, at the end of the day, can we all agree that if you're making a move to maximize anything on this team, it's either a point guard or a center?
Yeah.
Is that
but they ain't getting it, but they're not gonna get a point guard in the off. They're not gonna get a point guard in the trade market. I saw Tyus Jones. He's not even is he even realistic?
I don't know who's realistic at this point, man.
Because apparently this is Pro Pels Talk Fantasy, as some would say, and we just make up. Bro,
we just answer the questions.
Yeah.
Hey, Justin, can the chat be the jury?
No.
Ooh,
the chat.
doing it live.
Hey, Justin.
Oh, you want to? Oh, I'll do it live. Fuck it. I'll do it live.
That's crazy.
Max Strus. Do you
Wait,
think Max?
What we talking about?
I'm talking about Max Strus.
What about Max Strus?
In what context?
Yeah, like you just.
I'm just looking at Max Strus putting up numbers.
He's shooting a ton though, right? Like,
so you're telling me Matt Ryan couldn't provide a little bit of that for the team?
You compare.
Max Strus is playing major minutes.
Yeah.
Well,
he's in Cleveland, Lido, and he's fucking going. He's averaging 13, 5, and 3.
Justin,
seriously, you're telling me Matt Ryan can't play for this team?
Justin, I'm just going to ask you a question, just real quick. If Matt Ryan was this kind of shooter, if Matt Ryan was this kind of, if we thought it could be sustainable long term, we thought he was this kind of player. Do you think that the Lakers / LeBron James would let him get out of the building?
You're gonna piss me off because you're sounding like Ross now. You're saying like all of a sudden he's just gonna come back down, like he's just an awful shooter. He can shoot 38 to 42%. And according to Missoula, Missoula said that he'll live with 39. This motherfucker's shooting 47. What do you think Missoula's gonna do? You think he's gonna keep letting him shoot? You think he'll keep letting him shoot if he's on the floor?
Y'all down behind that Ryan.
Herb Jones is
50, 40, 30. What was your threshold, right? Field goal percentage and Lido. Is this bad? Is this really bad? This is good. Matt Ryan is elite.
I was talking about my threshold. I want you to answer the question that if you think Herb Jones, like, okay, so what's more believable? Herb Jones being a 40% shooter? Or Matt Ryan being a 40%.
You're sick. You're sick in the head. You're sick in the head. Wow. What's more realistic, Matt Ryan shooting 47% or Herb shooting 40%? I'm gonna take
Yeah.
this to court. I'm not answering this question. You're gonna hear from my lawyer. You will hear from my lawyer. I will not say another word. I will not say another word.
Matt Ryan's his lawyer.
But you're right, Chris. I won't put it. I will do a show. But yeah, probably Herb shooting 40, but Matt Ryan shooting 47%.
Hey, Chris.
I was gonna end it, but Lito's got one.
Hey, I'm saying people want to know what players need to be traded at the deadline from the Pels.
Why are they asking me? I'm gonna say either or. Jonas Valanciunas, Dyson Daniels, and Najee Marshall.
Can't explain.
Wow, you said Dyson.
Why?
Well, because if you're gonna trade Larry or Jonas for an upgrade that matters, you can probably package Dyson to a team that will believe that there's some kind of upside there or see something that they like and sweeten the deal without having to add crazy draft compensation. I think long term, we just talk about the deadline. Long term is probably a different answer, but we're talking right now. Those will be the guys. Najee, expiring contract. Jonas, probably Jonas expiring contract.
Yeah.
And then Dyson in combination with, whether you trade Jonas. He's not a bust, bro. He's an 8th overall pick. Corey.
He's only 20 years old.
That does not exist, bro. He's not a bust. You know how many lottery picks fail? You know how many draft picks that go 7th, 8th? Did you watch the Thompson twin today? He didn't hit the rim on any of his shots.
What
he
about
might be
that
the next
shot?
Dyson Daniels. He might be the next Dyson Daniels, bro. Like it's like this ain't football, bro. Like he's not a bust. Like NBA players, they need 3 to 4 years. Now should he have been the 8th overall pick? Obviously not. A bust? Come on, bro. Jamal Crawford. Corey. What?
Oh, Chris, go.
Corey.
What?
Corey.
Oh,
Corey. They were spinning rims on shoes when Jamal Crawford got drafted, bro. Jamal Crawford?
Hey, he ain't lasting that situation either.
That's your basis, Jamal Crawford? Didn't Jamal Crawford get drafted in the early 2000s, the late 90s?
He said Stormy Daniels. That's crazy.
I was just about to play. That's fucking crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hey,
My
Justin,
dog.
What's the answer?
Corey,
She's like us
Corey
in
know
trouble.
his
Shout out
shit.
to you. Corey does.
Wait, what?
Corey's always here.
I was asking Justin, what's the answer to this?
Ooh.
This is a good question.
To truly maximize this team, when the Pels have to trade 1 or 2 of the core players to get another star player, or is a focal point for the bench? Depends on who your core players are. Who are the core players?
Who the core players are. Bro, see. This will stop you from being Jermaine. This will stop you from being Jermaine.
Wait, I didn't see that. Why'd you take the question off?
I didn't do anything.
Oh, someone did it. Well, shit. I guess I can't answer the question then.
Oh, that's crazy. Hey, it's okay. I can just go back.
Thank you. Truly back this time. When the Pels have to trade 1 or 2 of the core players. Yeah, to get another. So I'm interested. Like, do y'all think Mikal Bridges is a star player?
I don't think he's a star player. No.
Okay. Do y'all think Lauri's a star player?
Yes.
Because I give up a core player to go get Lauri.
Yeah, I think a star
is
bro,
Cat. So Cat's a star player.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a good. I think in this situation he'd be.
It's like you want to drink, but you got nothing left, and then you.
Yeah, I just
and then completely fumbled it. Shit, Chaz. What did I say, Chaz? I don't know what I just said.
What do I say, Chaz?
Oh.
Look at him fumbling.
I'm not. No, Lito fumbled. I didn't fumble.
Justin, answer the goddamn question.
I just did. I literally just did. I'd say give it up for Lauri. I think.
Jesus Christ. Matt Ryan, Lauri.
I would trade. White, right? I would trade a core player for Lauri. Damn, Father.
Which one?
That's crazy, bro.
Oh, Chris, good question.
Man, really good question. Either or, to be honest with you, because
No.
can I explain? Am I allowed to
Alright.
fucking explain?
Yeah.
Because I think Laurie can play either Brandon and or Zion's position if you keep Jonas. But who would I give up? I would give up Brandon for Laurie and pair him with Zion Williamson. I would like to get Sexton back in that deal as well. Brandon draft
I'm mad at
picks.
that.
Brandon draft picks, whatever. But once again, I don't think Laurie's. Let me answer this. Star player is a focal point to improve the bench. You know, like if you play Jordan Hawkins and Trey Murphy, how they're supposed to be played, I honestly don't think you need to update the bench. Is that crazy for saying that?
Nah, but the thing is, it's still not gonna make Brandon and Zion play together. So,
But Lito, you bring up an interesting point. Brandon and Zion only have to play together for the first 5 minutes of the first quarter, the first 5 minutes in the third quarter, and the last 5 minutes in the fourth quarter.
Look at what y'all
Can't figure that out.
about. Look at what you're talking about, man. That is crazy that you're mapping out the times where your two best players
Sad.
are on the floor at minimum, when you should be trying to have them on the court as much as possible together.
It's crazy
Like
to think about.
that's crazy to think about. So essentially, to Lex's point, like the bench doesn't need upgrading, the starting lineup needs upgrading, right? Hence why they tried to go to Larry in the beginning of the second half, because the starting unit wasn't performing that well, and they haven't been performing. So the issue isn't the bench. The issue is your best two players not being able to play on the court at the same time.
yep.
Hence why you need to
Yeah.
make a move somewhere.
I gotta address this. I'm sorry, I have to address this. And this isn't a knock on Brandon, but y'all gotta realize what Lauri Markkanen is doing. Like, first off, he's an all-star. Is he an all-star this year or no? Definitely up
No,
there.
not yet.
Yeah, you know those stuff.
Fine.
Not yet,
He's
at least.
shooting 40% from deep on 8 attempts while grabbing 9 rebounds and averaging 24 a night. Like, Lauri is really fucking good. I need people to understand this. Lauri Markkanen is really good. And what do you need around Zion Williamson? You need space. He provides space and is an elite three-point shooter. According to Joe Mazzulla, he is an elite three-point shooter and shoots 8 a night. 8 on 40%. And he's done it for back-to-back years. He also shoots 50% from the field. And he's also an elite free throw shooter at 88% back-to-back years and gets to the line 6 times a night. What are we talking about here? Y'all got to realize how fucking good Lauri Markkanen is. Like, really good. That's all I got.
When did Joe Mazzulla become Webster's dictionary for the word?
Like I've heard his name about three times tonight in the Pelicans podcast.
That's crazy.
Hey,
that post-game interview was great.
He gave a great presser. He presser.
He did. Very, very intelligent. Said a lot about the current roster.
I will, John.
Can somebody ask this question?
Would starting point guard and BI work?
From Chaz?
Yeah, Tyrese Halliburton would.
Yeah,
yeah. You know, you saw that like actually work in FIBA. So I don't think it's like I know we all say Brandon needs the ball in his hands to be impactful, but I don't think it's that like black and white. I think he needs the right point guard, you know, alongside with him to be impactful. Somebody that's willing to pass him the ball. Like that's going to look for him first rather than, you know, look for Brandon second. So I think that's probably the real question.
What about just the guard in general, man? Like I really think him, and maybe it's because I keep thinking about the Karl Anthony Towns thing, but I'd be interested in seeing like what Ant Edwards, BI, and Rudy Gobert look like. I think that team could be pretty good, personally, and I think Ant and BI could work well together.
I think that'll be a good spot. The third best player on the team probably would be a good like spot. He
Do they keep Jaden McDaniels
in that deal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Like
Shaggy's
I
got
would
one
like
of the
that.
best contracts in the league. He's owed $17 million this year, $18
And
million partially guaranteed next year.
And yeah, partially guaranteed $6 million next year.
Dude, I'm just saying. Y'all got anything else? Y'all good?
Yeah, unless
Good.
there's any more questions, man.
Let's get out of here. It's been a minute,
Good
hour
job,
and 15. Smash that like button. Lito, congrats on that. Make sure you do check out the show that 5, Chaz, Chris, and Lito did on Jordan Hawkins
Hey
versus the State of
Justin,
the
you
Pelicans.
ain't pull up the teams, bro. You ain't pull up the teams. You I drunk a 40 for nothing, really.
All right, I got this one. Here you go. Yeah, so let's talk about this. So AD takes Cousins. Who
Takes him
guards
where?
Zion?
Takes him where? Where you taking him?
Okay. Zion Williamson, who's guarding Zion? Yeah. Who you sticking on Peja? Drew Holiday? Okay, or Jamal Mashburn?
Are you fucking serious, bro?
Who's guarding
what?
Brandon? So we got
Wait. You glossed over Drew Holiday like that for real? That's what you did?
Drew Holiday. Who you putting Drew on?
Bro, it don't matter. I could
Nah,
put Drew
no,
on. I
answer
could
the
put, no.
question.
I'm gonna put Drew on AD. Like I told Chris, I'm gonna put Drew on AD.
Oh, so you're saying like height and length don't ever bother Drew Holiday, because I watched Kevin Durant destroy.
Is AD
Drew
Kevin
Holiday.
Durant?
Bro,
Is
you
AD
talk-
Kevin Durant?
Pull the teams back up.
For real?
Yeah, pull the teams back
You
up.
really gonna like? Look, I hate Anthony Davis, but you really gonna disrespect Anthony Davis like that? Are you
I
kidding
don't
me?
feel like
You're
I'm
telling me Drew
disrespecting
Holiday can guard him in the post? Are you serious?
him. AD don't play in the post.
But he can be a pick and pop, and he won't take you off the dribble. What are we talking about? Stop. That's crazy.
I think the real messed up
Also, your
part
bench is like it's awful. Your bench is terrible. Your bench is your bench is awful, and you have a running. Literally, you have one defender. I guess Chris, or you getting Chris Paul now, or I guess Chris Paul.
No, everybody in their prime. This is everybody in their prime.
Is Zion in prime shape?
Is he ever?
Yes.
Yeah, you're screwed because Alvin's playing a running gun style, and Jamal Bashburn ain't used to
So
playing that.
you telling
Drew
me
Holiday doesn't do well.
prime Chris Paul, prime Boogie, bro? Come on, Justin.
That's all I got.
hold on. All right, y'all said Lito got killed. That's disrespectful. I'm not saying he got killed. Now, I think Chris Paul, Boogie, and I can put Drew on Brandon. Like Brandon ain't killing Drew. I mean, Brandon ain't Kevin Durant. No offense, but he's not. So I can live with Drew guarding Brandon. Like, and we closing out on pages. That's really it. So AD not killing Boogie like that. I think Boogie gets the best of AD on the other. Like, nah, bro. I think y'all wilding, bro. I think the other side wins, but I don't think he getting killed. Nah.
You said my bench trash. I got Drew. I got all NBA guy on my bench, a multiple time All-Star. I got Tyson Chandler,
NBA champion,
and I got a 40% 3-point shooter on my bench.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for everyone pulling up all the comments. We'll see y'all later. Oh shit! I'm sorry. We won't. Lito, go ahead. 5 seconds.
Oh, yo, we was talking about Derek Carr, bro. Derek Carr stole everything that I love from me, dog. He stole everything. He ruined my fucking life. This man I'm not about to have Michael Thomas on my team. I ain't about to have AK. I'm not about to have Marshawn Lattimore. I'm still gonna have fucking Dennis Allen, and I got Cam Jordan happy ass coming back. Yo, I'm not happy. I'm not in a good spot in life. I don't like this shit, bro. I don't like it, and it's all Derek Carr fault. It's all Derek Carr fault, bro. Bro, like you asking me, Dyson Daniels probably a better football player than Derek Carr. He probably a better football player than Derek Carr. If we keep it a buck, Derek Carr is the bane of my existence, son. He's the bane of my. I hate him. I don't hate anybody. I hate Karl Malone. No, I hate Karl Malone. No, I hate that motherfucker. That's all I got, man. We out.
Later.